Right here for you on Penn's Peak Radio, and it's the second hour of the show, which means that we're always glad, excited, honored, and all that to have a special guest that usually joins the show via phone. But every once in a while, we get lucky enough to have someone actually be live in the studios, and we're so excited to have another lovely lady back. Some of you may already know who she is. She's been to some of our deck parties. She performs a lot down in the Lehigh Valley area, and for such a tiny little thing, I think most people are just shocked when she does start to sing. She's got some serious pipes on her and does a hell of a job. Everybody, please make welcome in the studios. Miss Erin Kelly is here today. Yay! How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Casey?
I'm all right. I'm so excited to have you back again for, I don't know, now it's been a couple times since you've been up because you've been part of the deck parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And those were always fun.
Oh, my gosh, yeah, with Daniela and who else? Paul Knapp was there too.
Yep.
That's so fun.
And then we also had the bluegrass the ones you couldn't make, but the last one.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear them, but I heard they're great.
Yeah, it turned out pretty cool. So lots of fun stuff we had going on. You played and did a big part of that. But you actually haven't been on the show for about 2 years. We were trying to figure.
Yep.
And you said that you've been very busy, but maybe you want to just back up a little bit, kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with what you're doing. And I know you're going to play a song or two for us as well this afternoon. So let's kind of get people who may not know who you are a little bit more up to speed.
Okay, so, my name is Erin Kelly, and I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania. And I started singing when I was about 3 years old. I started off on the Al Albert Showcase, and I did a lot of national anthems. And eventually, when I was about 6 years old, I really got into the national anthems, and I did the 76ers. That was my first professional game, and it was a pretty neat experience. And ever since then, I've done a lot of national anthems for a lot of sports teams. I've done, like, MLB. I've done God Bless America there. Hershey Bears I've done for years, Phantoms. And eventually, when I was about 16 years old, I got into playing the guitar. And that's when I decided I was going to be taking the music seriously. Wrote some songs, recorded in Nashville, Tennessee, and one song locally, and came out with an EP, and that's where I am today.
Nice. The first experience that was it when you were playing your guitar, or was it before that when you were really starting to get the inkling that this is what you wanted to do? What was the turning point? You said there was a turning point. What exactly was that?
I think it was really when I started playing guitar, because I realized there was so much more to music than just, doing national anthems. It was always something I did for fun, but I also had a normal life too. I went to school and played a lot of sports over the years. So
okay, that's how you stay so rail thin.
Yeah,
you're like your mom, so thin. So are you still now? You're out of school. You graduate. Are you going to college now?
Yeah, I'm actually going to L-Tri-C. This should be my last year. That's our local community college.
Right. And what are you going for?
I'm going for communications, and I'm also going for audio production as well. So.
Oh, nice. You're going to be a disc jockey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, but, in and amongst that, learning a little business end of some things, so you're learning to record and things like that, which would be very helpful in your career as a musician. Are you planning on taking it full bore, though, at some point, moving to doing the whole Nashville dream?
Yeah. Well, actually, once I finish school, which will be probably within the next year or so, I'll be moving down to Nashville and pursuing music down there. So I'm so excited.
So that's already in the works, that you're going to move down?
Yeah, it's definite.
Oh, nice. Nice. So you're making some connections down there. They're helping you out?
Yeah, exactly. I've been working with an artist development company down there, too. So probably have me set up, and ready to go.
Nice. Wow. I wish you were Mike, because I would like to know what Mom thinks about it. But it's nice. I mean, if they're supporting you and you're getting out there and doing your thing, and you're still going to have some business end and a little bit something else to fall back on. So.
Exactly. And, I had a little bit time here to, develop my talent a little bit more, get the songwriting down and everything before I moved down there, get the college degree, so once I move down there, I can get a job. And,
Yeah, nice. Other than playing on the streets?
Yeah, exactly.
Picking a corner and popping out open your guitar case?
Yep.
A real paycheck. Nice. It's so exciting to hear that you're very, you're pursuing it and you're doing it smart, and that's the big thing. You got to do it smart. I think a mistake that a lot of artists do is they just sell everything, they pack up, they move down there, and then they don't really know much about the business end, which is something you really have to be smart about.
I mean, I know it does work for some artists. It has in the past, but, you know, this is just something that I've always, you know, wanted to do. I knew from the start I wanted to go to college and get all that stuff out of the way.
Right. Well, and that's the smart way to do it, you know. And then working with some other people down there, there's so many people down there who can, you know, even tone in your talent of writing and playing and performing even that much more. You know, just watching, you can still continue to learn down there, but if you're going to do it, you need to be in that kind of environment.
Oh, definitely. I mean, literally everybody knows somebody there.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of funny. I met this one girl. She's actually from Sweden, and we met in Nashville on my first trip there. And it turns out that there was another girl from the Lehigh Valley who's another great artist as well. She actually met her in Nashville as well. So
nice.
You know, it's just such a small world down there, you know.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows everybody.
But that's nice. I mean, that way, if you need help or you need a connection or you need something, you know, it's
really great.
Networking. You know, getting out there and doing some networking for sure. So you said are you more into songwriting now than you were before?
Well, right now, because, you know, I'm probably eventually going to come out with a new CD. I am in the songwriting process right now, so I have been writing a lot. But, yeah, I've been pretty into it.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah. In and amongst your studies and all that, too.
Yeah.
Just got started back into that.
Exactly.
And playing. So tell me, when you were here also the one time, you're also not just playing guitar anymore. You're also branching out on some other instruments.
Yeah, I've been starting to play the banjo a little bit.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I've always been into the instrumentation of country music, and I think banjo's one of my favorites. So I was just like, you know, one day I want to play banjo, and I got it as, like, my 21st birthday present.
Aww. So are you taking classes for that, or are you just kind of learning as you go?
No, I'm just kind of playing it by ear. And just messing around with it right now.
Did you take professional guitar classes at one point?
No, actually, the guy who did play with me at the deck party, Lindy Haven, he's pretty much the guy who taught me how to play guitar. He showed me the basic chords and kind of took it from there.
Yeah. Oh, well, that works too.
Yeah.
You sound great when you play. So, and the guitar was really good. We were all like, just like, God, this girl's just multi-talented now.
Oh, thank you.
But I mean, that's also gonna put you in front of, you know, the next person who all they do is sing. I mean, and that's one of the things I read a lot. It's like, if you're going to be an artist, you can't just stand behind a microphone. Yeah. You actually have to have the business mind, and playing something, much less more than one instrument, is always going to make you just that much more valuable and desired. So, you know, those are smart moves on your part.
Yeah, and it definitely changes things up for me too, you know, rather than just doing the same old thing. You know, learning new things, you know, I just love, you know. That's awesome.
Awesome.
The business.
So you have an EP out. You already have one out. And how's that doing? Is that doing pretty good for you?
Yeah, I'm actually almost sold out of all my physical copies, but it's been doing really well. I got a lot of sales.
And now, what's the name of it, and how can people get it if they're looking for it electronically?
Oh, so I have it available on CD Baby, anywhere where you can get digital copies. The CD's called Why Wait. If you just type in on, say, iTunes, type in Erin Kelly, you can find it there.
Okay. All right. And so the whole thing is available on the iTunes, the Amazons, and all that?
Yeah, Spotify.
Okay. All right. And then you still have some hard copies. If they do want a hard copy, how do they go about getting one of those?
I do. I believe I still have some available on CD Baby. I may be wrong there, but I also have them available at my shows. So if you would check out my schedule at erinkellymusic.com, you can check out my schedule and come to one of my shows and purchase one.
Okay. Can they get it online on your website?
No, I don't have them on my website, unfortunately. Okay. I should get them on there, though, shouldn't I?
I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, if that's one way that somebody, maybe they didn't missed seeing you at a show or didn't get the chance to do it, you know, they could always look back on your website and order it, you know, because you got to get all the merch out there. You got to get the T-shirts, the hats.
I know. Haven't gotten there yet, but eventually.
You'll throw it out there with when you get the CD up. Yeah. So what are you planning on doing today? Something from there or something new?
I can do something new if you want.
Okay. You want to tell us about something that you'd like to do new? We're going to take a quick break here in a minute, and we're going to come back with that. But let's preset the stage a little bit. What's something new that you have out there that you'd like people to hear?
Well, I've actually been, the song I finished about a year ago, it's called Boomerang.
Okay.
It's about kind of like what goes around comes around. It's a fun song.
Okay.
Hopefully eventually I'll record that one.
And this is now your product, so you wrote it and put the music together and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we're going to have to take a quick break. Erin Kelly live in the studios this afternoon, and she's going to come back with a little tune called Boomerang. Brand new. Can they get their hands on this one yet or no?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's an exclusive. I like it. All right. So you're going to hear some exclusive music from Erin Kelly, and if you like it, you want to make sure you check out her webpage. It's erinkellymusic.com. And she's awesome. You've got the social medias. We'll talk all about that when we come back. But more from Erin Kelly, a local girl from the Lehigh Valley, going to be a big Nashville star someday, coming up right after we take a quick break right here on PPR.
Bet you thought I had the TV playing, sitting on the couch with some Ben and Jerry's, eating away my heartbreak with a silver spoon. And I bet you didn't think you'd see me around while you were hanging with your nighttime crowd. Oh, and just when you thought that I was coming back for you, well, it's too late. Yeah, I've got better plans. This girl's back in the game again. What goes around comes back around. When you throw me out, it's gonna turn into a long, hard, cold rebound. My friend Karma's coming back, and he's bound to counteract just like a boomerang. Oh, you said we weren't gonna work out. Now that you're gone, I really know what you were talking about. Am I gonna hold on to something that was so replaceable? My heart is sick at turn 360 degrees. Oh, when you turn your back, no, you won't find me. What goes around comes back around. When you throw me out, it's gonna turn into a long, hard, cold rebound. My friend Karma's coming back, and he's bound to counteract just like a boomerang. Oh, bad, baby, not so happy now that I've got the upper hand. I like it now. Ooh. What goes around comes back around. When you throw me out, it's gonna turn into a long, hard, cold rebound. My friend Karma's coming back. Oh, you better watch your back, 'cause you know the karma counteracts just like a boomerang.
Wow. Woohoo! That was awesome.
Thank you.
Gosh, my goodness, that was very good.
Thanks.
I loved it. It had a great beat to it. It was a lot of fun. Are you, when you're writing, are you writing from experiences here, or are you just drawing from the clouds, or what?
A little bit of personal experience. I always say I don't like to write about my personal life or other people a little, that much. But, every once in a while I will.
Come up with an idea
Yeah,
or
pretty much.
from a conversation or something like that?
And a lot of my writing, I come up with the melodies first, rather than the other way around. A lot of people do it the other way around, but I don't know, it's just not my style.
So you kind of you get the sound, you get the music going, and then you're like, okay, what kind of words are going to fit this kind of beat?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you planning on taking any other classes like in the future for music writing or any of that kind of stuff? Is there some plans for that, or are you just going to learn what you can from down in Nashville?
Probably learn what I can down in Nashville. And
Yeah.
I mean, I may take classes eventually, but, the priority is, just to get the music career going
Cool.
after I graduate.
Nice. Awesome. When you're doing all your touring and stuff like that, have you noticed recently or in the last year that your circle of gigs or whatever you would call it. Is it starting to expand? Are you noticing that you're getting out there more and more? Are you traveling? Have you gotten out of the state? What's going on with that?
Well, actually, I've been doing a lot in Allentown. For the longest time, I haven't really done a whole lot of shows in Allentown, which is nice because I actually, get to perform in my hometown, not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much a lot of my shows have been in Allentown right now. So.
Okay. Are you planning on expanding it, or are you just kind of holding off until you move to Nashville?
Well, it's just a little hard with the school and everything to travel too far, but.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Now we talked a little bit about the social medias. Are you a social media bug? Are you out there? Does mom take care of it? You got a company that does it for you? How do you do the social medias?
I do it myself. I'm not the greatest at social media, not my thing, but I'd rather be outdoors and playing sports and everything, but I do what I can, in between classes and stuff. I'll quickly post, I have shows going on and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So with the social medias or your fans, let me ask you this. Are you finding, has anything really changed lately where you notice that more people are connecting more and more with you at your shows? Or is it still you're just performing and that's all it really is? Is there more going on that way?
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm building up more of a fan base too. I'm having a lot of people, repeatedly coming to my shows, and, I get to meet some of the fans and everything. It's really, really fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun part of what I do, I get to meet all the people who come to my shows, and it's always a new experience.
Has there been maybe one of those pinch me moments yet from whether it was a fan or something along the line, something that kind of stands out so far in your career as you've been moving on? Is there something new? Because we haven't talked to you in 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if anything really kind of exciting or outstanding has taken place in the last couple years.
You mean like meeting people? Or?
Well, whatever, like one of those moments that kind of stand out. It's like whether it's solidifying why you do what you do or one of those things, like one of those things that really kind of stand out.
Yeah, well, I actually perform with a program called Musicians on Call, and I basically go to Philadelphia and perform for patients in hospitals.
Okay.
And, that's really such an eye-opening thing for me because you realize, how good you have it and how appreciative they are of what you're doing for them, and, you find out so many stories, and, you just realize how I have the opportunity to perform and do all this stuff, and, there's people laying in hospital beds who, don't have the opportunity. So, I really think, when I'm performing out there, I have the opportunity to, do this, and some people don't. It's just,
and that's kind of interesting. Well, you don't want to lose that either. That's just one of those things. And one of the things that I always like to ask my artists is, a lot of them eventually, in the beginning, maybe not so much because they're just busy trying to get their career started, but they find that somewhere along the line, they end up with a calling usually for a certain organization, or something's happened in their life and has brought them some awareness about something, whether it's a disease or a condition or something like that. And I always think it's very, very important to never lose the fact that, yes, you're given an opportunity to share something, and music is so powerful in so many different ways. I'm sure you're seeing a change when you go down there and people who might be like, and then you walk. It's kind of like bringing puppies into a room or something, all of a sudden they can forget their worries for
a few minutes.
Yeah.
And some of them even say, this made their week, and you realize how much it does impact them.
Yeah. And, do you find that you have any connection with some of your fans on that basis? Does anybody is like, hey, your music really spoke to me and I really like that song. It feels like it's me. Do you get that connection with some people?
Yeah, exactly. I do on occasion.
Yeah. With some of your fans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take a bottom of the ID. You got another song for us?
Sure. You want me to do a cover for you?
Yeah, why don't you do something like that? Let me hit the bottom of the hour ID here just to do a quick identifier, and you'll be ready in like 30 seconds?
Of course, yeah.
All right, we're going to be back in just a moment. A little bit more Erin Kelly to come.
Two black Cadillacs driving in a slow parade, headlights shining
job. Nicely done. Nice job for sure.
Thank you.
So I have to ask you then. So, who are your influences? Where do you draw from when you do that? Is it the strong women in country music? Do you find it's the guy rockers? Where do you get it from?
Well, I would say a majority of my influence comes from Linda Ronstadt. I grew up listening to her music since I was about maybe 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And we always would listen to it on car rides. And also Patsy Cline, listened to a lot of Patsy Cline. Mm-hmm. And I think I draw a lot more of my influence through women of country music, country crossover. Mm-hmm. And,
yeah, wow, that was really good though.
Oh, I mean, thank you so much.
You got some lungs on you, I gotta tell you. If you had somebody that you said, okay, it would be a dream, it would be a bucket list item, it would be a pinch me moment, if you could perform with someone on stage, dead or alive, is there that one artist that you would be like, man, if I could just play with that person, I'd be good?
Well, I would say Linda Ronstadt because she's influenced me so much. But unfortunately, she has Parkinson's, and I don't think she can sing anymore. But
she's been struggling for a little bit.
Yeah,
and which is a shame. But so where does the talent come from? Is Mom a silent singer over here that just doesn't want to even talk? Where do you guys attribute this talent from in the family line here?
I really have no idea because my dad can't sing, and my mom was an athlete. So, well, actually, in my lineage, the guy who wrote Taps, Daniel Butterfield, he was my great uncle, I believe. So there is some musical stuff somewhere along the line, but I have no idea.
Yeah, it's not can't really be attributed to Mom or
definitely
Grandma
not.
or anybody like that.
No.
So it's just see, I wish you had a mic because did it take her by surprise, all of this? Was it one of those things where Mom and Dad were just like, oh, she's just singing, but it's not really going to come out of anything? I mean, what were their thoughts when you were younger and you're bouncing around with a microphone in your hand?
Well, the thing is, when I was 18 months, I couldn't obviously, pronounce words or anything, but I could sing on key. And someone told my mom, like, that's not normal.
In a good way.
Yeah, exactly. She might have a talent here, and that's when I kind of got into, my mom didn't know what to do with my talent because, she was an athlete, and, so she thought, why doesn't she just do national anthems?
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So that's where that came from.
The whole yep.
Okay. So she was trying to push you into the directions, at least kind of like sports oriented.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Is sports your first love, or is music your first love, or has that changed?
I mean, the singing is a priority. I love it, but I do love sports. I would say almost just as much because it's been a part of my life just as much as the singing has growing up.
And what's some of the sports that you're a big fan of, or you participate with?
Well, my mom's sport was racquetball. She was on the USA team.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
Got to play racquetball, I've been playing pickleball recently. A lot of the racquetball players have been switching over to pickleball.
What's that?
Okay, so you basically play on a tennis court. And it's almost like an oversized ping pong. You use a paddle and a wiffle ball.
Oh, okay.
And you just rally.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting sport. I enjoy it.
You get a lot of running in.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I grew up playing softball. I think that was my best sport.
Yeah.
Soccer, did a little gymnastics. Wasn't very good at that, but soccer. I did a little bit of everything.
Nice. Do you think you're going to continue trying to be that active in sports as time goes on?
Definitely. I couldn't live without it, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm a very active person. Always have to keep going.
Well, see, and that's kind of those ideas that you want to, you kind of want to go. Like, again, if you're involved with, helping kids with sports and stuff, and then you can do a show with it and get kids involved and get them off the streets or whatever the case may be. I mean, those kinds of things, the fact that you can balance that type of stuff, you can always expand on that. The further you go down the line, with fundraising events or things along that line, like you said, even if it's something where you try to get, if the folks in the hospital are active enough that at least they could get out and come to something that's raising money to help them with whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I agree. 100%.
The ideas there are endless of what you could do with your talent with your sports talent as well as your musical talent, and keeping that kind of stuff. Some other quick, little kind of interesting questions, and I was wondering if you could do one more song for us.
Sure.
I like to kind of ask certain questions kind of off the cuff that may not be on the typical list, but here's a question for you. When you go on stage or before you go on stage, I watch you out here and I've not really noticed anything, but is there like maybe a little ritual or a little something that you do to prepare yourself to go out there, or are you just one of those people who are like, oh, just grab the guitar and go?
Well, I mean, I always like setting up the equipment.
Yeah.
That's really my thing.
So you like to do that?
Oh, I love doing it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Anything active.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't really have any, like, rituals. Like, I don't have any lucky picks or,
No
keep
lucky
anything
socks
on
or
me.
anything?
No, not my thing.
So you just pretty much, you like setting up the equipment and stuff and
do.
being your own roadie?
Yeah, exactly. For now, so I'll do it as long as I can,
Yeah, I know Mom helps out a lot with that.
Yeah, she likes doing it too.
So this has been quite the adventure. How does someone like you, who and obviously Mom didn't come from the music background, know about what to get as far as equipment and stuff? Was did you check in with people, or did you just kind of go online and figure it out? How did it work?
Well, Lynn helped us out a lot. The guy who plays guitar with me, with the basics, but also the audio production classes that I've taken in college have really helped me with understanding things and
getting the right kinds of equipment.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Okay, awesome. Are you ever thinking of getting a band, organizing a band at some point?
Actually, I'm working on that at the moment.
Okay.
Got a few people interested, so definitely excited to get that going.
Get like a full-blown band,
yep.
that you're going to play with and do those kinds of things. Yeah, kind of like Danielle's in a way. Like,
yeah,
she's got that
full
band going on there. Mm-hmm. Bigger price tag, but more sound, a little bit more fill.
Sound, yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And maybe you can just sing a few songs instead of having to perform every one.
Yep.
So interesting stuff there. Videos, doing some work on that, thinking about getting I know you probably have some stuff out, but on the new music, professional video work in any kind of progress?
Well, I'm thinking of putting out some live video soon. Not sure when that's going to happen, but,
okay.
Between school and everything, I'm just, trying to work everything out and make sure.
Explain the podcast thing.
Oh, yeah. So I've been running this podcast called Life Behind the Mic, and basically what I do is I bring in industry professionals in the independent music scene and from other sources, and we kind of just talk about all the things that I really never learned and I picked up along the way, as an artist. And I think some people can learn from, all the things that I have done and haven't done and what I've done wrong and what I've done right, know.
What would you, if you were going to give, somebody walked up to you and said, okay, well, I want to follow my dream and I want to do this, and you've already been through a couple of years of it, what would be probably one of the most important piece of advice that you think you would be able to hand off to a new artist who's just really getting into the baby steps of this?
Well, I think first of all, you want to pick up an instrument because that's a very important part of, being an artist, and also the songwriting aspect of it. To be an original artist and to be, mainstream radio right now, a majority of them are songwriters. So, just learn as much as you can learn and, be very careful. Never sign any contracts without a lawyer, all that stuff. You got to be very careful.
Yeah, the business end is, I think, what gets them sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
They get so excited about what's going on and unfortunately, get taken advantage of and end up falling to the wayside. And there's some great talent out there that doesn't quite make it because of certain situations that they get themselves in trouble with. So being smart about the back end of it.
Exactly.
The front end's all fun, but the back end's got to be the tough part.
Definitely.
T's are crossed, I's are dotted. Does mom help you with that?
I call her momager. She hates when I call her that, but she helps me with the booking and everything, and
And
a lot of fun stuff.
making sure you have the contracts and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
And you get paid. Getting paid's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting paid's always nice. All right, well, I do have one more song you could do for us, Erin, before we wrap this up.
Sure. I'll do an original for you guys, maybe off of the CD.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Anytime you're ready.
Every single day it seems to be of the same kind. A little wild, a little rowdy, a little too unrefined. Oh, I was tired of all the ending dates and other doors and in my face. And just when I thought chivalry's gone, I found you, a perfect gentleman. How'd I get so lucky to find something true? You got me thinking, hallelujah, I've got a real good man. Then there were those guys who were really good at talking the talk. Oh, but talking about to me, it was just enough to turn them off. It's always too much complication and not enough motivation. Just when I had enough, oh, I found you, the perfect gentleman. How'd I get so lucky to find something true? You got me thinking, hallelujah, I've got a real good man. You're just the one that I've been waiting for. Oh, how could I ever, ever ask for more? Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I found you, the perfect gentleman. How'd I get so lucky to find something true? You got me thinking, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. I've got a real good man.
Nice. I always like that one. Nice job.
Thank you.
Good job. You know, and I think on that particular one, you smile a lot more. I think that one, you might be a little bit more comfortable with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been doing that one for a while.
Quite a while, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it just comes out. She's just smiling and just having a good time with that one, and I can tell that one might be a
love
little bit
playing
more
it.
in the pocket for you until you
Yeah.
get some of those other two a little bit more down. But
Yeah.
I mean, you got some good stuff going on there, and Ellen, I think you're awesome. You know, we love you. We love that you come up here and spend some time with us.
Thanks for having me again.
No problem. And just to reiterate, you do have the social medias.
Yeah, I
the
do.
Facebook, the Twitters, or Instagram. Which ones are you all on?
Yeah, I have a Facebook and Twitter, and if you go to Erin Kelly Songs for both of them, that's my handle. And for Instagram, it's Erin Kelly Music.
Okay, and your website is erinkellymusic.com.
.com.
And they can find those on your website too.
Yeah.
And find out where you're going to be playing and all that kind of stuff, and
Everything's on the
contact
website,
information
yep.
if somebody wants to, hire you for a gig.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I wish you all the best. I mean, I appreciate you coming up here again. We wanted to touch base with you a little bit and see where you were going and what you got going on. We're gonna miss you when you go to Nashville. You'll have to come back and visit the old hometown studio
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
But yeah, I mean, anything else you want to make sure you mention out there to your friends and fans, and give them a quick heads up of something that's new and exciting up down the pike, or?
Yeah, I have a few exciting shows coming up. I have the Lehigh Valley Beatles Showcase at Steel Sax and that's October 16th. There's going to be a lot of great Lehigh Valley artists there. I'm also going to be doing another show at the Sip and Cider Festival at the Susquehanna. That's in Millersburg area, and that's October 1st.
Okay.
Got a lot of fun shows coming up, so.
All right. And exciting and very, very lot of things going on as far as that's concerned. But, keep in touch. The door's always open to Penn Speak Radio, and you'd always be welcome back.
Always love it here.
Yeah, I mean, and we love you. I mean, you just knock the socks off of everybody when you're out here. It's just so, especially people who haven't heard you yet. I mean, I just always, we first, the same thing. It's like you started, we're like, oh my God, you're probably not going to be able to hear this girl. She's a little tiny thing. And you started singing and you just blew everybody away. So if people are interested in booking you for a gig, it's ErinKellyMusic.com is the website. You can find her on the Facebook, the Twitters, the social medias, and get in touch and let her know you heard all about it. New music down the pike, right?
Definitely.
You got to let us know when that's going on.
Yeah, I will. Definitely.
For sure. And, the hard copy of your other CD is out there. Plus, it's all on the social, the electronic medias, the CD Baby, the Amazons, the Spotifys, and all that. So just look up Erin Kelly, and you'll find her. And, support this girl, man. She's 45 minutes away. So good job.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me again.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Appreciate it. I always love coming out here.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it as well. We're going to have to take a break and let Erin head off to taking care of business elsewhere. But once again, big thanks to Miss Erin Kelly for coming out here. Make sure you check her out at ErinKellyMusic.com, all the social medias and all that stuff. And we'll posting a few pictures of this lovely lady on our Facebook page. But find her, check her out, buy her music, and support this girl.